My name is Laura Stewart, and I grow fungus for a living. Whatever your demographics, political persuasion, or age, I think we can all agree that life is kind of tough right now. Many of us are wondering how to be our best selves and our best nation, and the world can feel like a harsh and unforgiving place. We all have our own backdrops to the turbulence of the world around us. Mine is that I'm a mom of twin toddlers and a mushroom farmer. We grow mushrooms in Saxapahaw, North Carolina, and sell them to restaurants and at 4 local farmers markets. When you farm, you spend a lot of quiet time with your crop. Some days, my husband and I sit around and watch mushrooms send out spores. We're small-town people. This is a video of slime mold sending out millions of spores each time it gets hit by raindrops. What this unusual career has taught me is that we really are surrounded by an amazing system of abundance. So I want to spend my remaining 5 minutes and 40 seconds telling you about a few things mushrooms do that are just plain amazing, and why it's led me to believe we should all be more like spores. These drawings were done by the late 19th century American mycologist Ida Morris Jervey. After losing her husband to tuberculosis, she became consumed with studying the healing benefits of mushrooms. She was quoted, "If more people knew about mushrooms, there would be no hunger." Did I mention she lived right here in the Carolinas out of Charleston? Mushrooms truly do have a flavor profile that is hard to believe. There are mushrooms that taste like lobster. There are mushrooms with the texture of steak and of chicken. There are mushrooms with savory, meaty tastes that really can't be compared to anything. In a world where many of us grew up knowing only the light brown button mushrooms of the common grocery store and maybe a portobello or two, it can be striking to learn that edible mushrooms can come in indigo blue or goldenrod orange and charcoal black. Be like fungus and celebrate all of life's colors, tastes, and shapes. Mushrooms also have amazing medicinal powers that we are just beginning to understand. Earth is home to an estimated 611,000 species of mushrooms, of which only 44,000 have been scientifically studied. That's just over 7%. So this is really very much a pioneering field. One exciting mushroom that's being researched for potential benefits to memory and mood is lion's mane, or Hericium mushroom. A 2011 study in mice with amyloid plaque in their brains, which is a marker of Alzheimer's disease in humans, found that feeding the mice a diet of 5% lion's mane for 23 days resulted in reduction in brain plaque and a renewed ability to navigate a test maze. They also made an unexpected discovery, which was that the mice displayed an increase in curiosity while exploring the maze. Be like Hericium. Allow yourself to inspire curiosity. Something I like about mushrooms is that they do a ton of inner work, and then to the outside world it can seem like out of nowhere they expand into enormous fruits. This is a video of our colonization space at the farm. After we inoculate our mushrooms, they come here for 2 to 8 weeks to give the mycelium time to run. Mushrooms will not put energy into fruiting until their growing medium is about 90% colonized. Then, after that, like magic, they're ready to fruit, emerging from the ground or wood or leaf matter in an array of colors, shapes, and sizes. This is a photo of a shiitake log that's showing signs of healthy colonization. Be like fungus. Give yourself time to do the inner work. This is a photo of 3 fruiting oyster mushrooms. Each of these bags is holding the same mushroom variety. They're just about 24 hours apart from each other in their growth cycle. Once a mushroom starts to fruit, its cap can double in size every 24 hours. So we start out with tiny little pins, then medium pins, and on the right side, it's ready to harvest and be eaten. I've been talking a lot about mushrooms, what mushrooms create, but one of their most important roles has to do with what they uncreate. Fungi are powerful decomposers. This video is of a shiitake log that I inoculated in 2012. 5 years later, it's put all of the log's energy into mushroom production, and now all that's left of this once solid oak is cellulose. Mushrooms can also help trees and plants exchange nutrients between each other. Did you know that the largest organism on Earth is actually a honey mushroom located along 2,000 miles of forest in Oregon and weighing up to 100 tons? On the surface, you may only see a little cluster of mushrooms sprouting, but underneath the forest floor, it's been working for millennium, spreading information across vast networks. Be like mycelium. Know you hold much more strength than what is seen on the surface. Our farm is just a few miles from the mighty, mighty Haw River. We are in the early stages of launching a mycoremediation project to put mushroom mycelium at strategic places along the river where it can filter fecal matter from farm runoff, sequester heavy metals, or break down pesticides. Be like mushrooms. Clean up after yourself, and since the world really, really needs you, go ahead and clean up other people's messes too sometimes. Just make sure you do it in a way that also feeds you. Albert Einstein said, "Look deep into nature, and then you will understand everything better." As you continue to navigate the stressful world around you, I hope when you see a mushroom, you remember the many, vast potential gifts it holds. And I hope it will reassure you that answers to our problems are all around us. They are just waiting for inspired, creative minds to uncover them. Go ahead, be a spore, sporulate. Spread the best of yourself everywhere you go. Recognize your inner fungus. Let your mycelium run with reckless abandon. Be a taker and a giver. Carry on with your life's mission, knowing your reach goes farther than you will ever see. While you may be a tiny speck among millions of tiny specks, keep going, and keep going. The mycorrhizosphere needs you.